So from the very beginning, in the NBA 2K world on YouTube, we kind of went from my career all the way to where we're at now, where it's just a bunch of videos basically telling you what the most overpowered build is.
How, Sway? You ain't got the answers, man.
Is or archetype. Now, one thing for 2K20, as far as the news is concerned, people are saying that archetypes are no longer. While we might not be picking exactly what we want to do, like for instance, on 2K19, I picked a post-scoring shot creator, which probably was not the best idea. I did completely okay with it. I wasn't able to shoot three-pointers from the half-court line in the park, but I don't care about doing that anyways. So apparently in 2K20, we won't be picking an archetype from the get-go, but more or less we will be putting up attributes as we go along, and depending on what attributes we upgrade and how much we upgrade of a certain attribute, other attributes will be capped significantly more. So for instance, I don't know exactly what the layout is. I don't think anyone does as of now, but let's say you just load up on three-point shooting and you max it out from the very get-go. You have 99 three-point shot, right? Well, something else, I don't know, let's say defense. You won't be that good on defense if the defensive cap is set lower because you upgraded your three-point shot to 99. If this year's game is in consideration of what will happen next year, I think it's safe to say that most people will be upgrading their three-point shot, speed, and handling. I'm pretty sure I can say that fairly confidently. I'm almost 100% sure that that will be the majority of the builds you see in the park this year. People just love, these nephews love being dribble gods. What can you say? What should you do? How should you make your build? Well, I've already covered what most people probably will do. So I think the best thing to do in that point is if you know that these dudes are going to be putting up their three-point shot, their ball handling, and speed, you kind of need to make a defensive build to combat that. Now, we know that in 2K19, people hated the lockdown defenders. But honestly, I cannot blame people for making lockdown defenders, because when you have people that think that you should just be able to do a bunch of back hop steps and spin moves and crossovers, that's not realistic. And honestly, you can't do that in real life. Nobody can do that without getting gassed. And if you do that, you're not playing many minutes because you're going to be out of breath. So it's not really realistic. So to combat that, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with wanting to be a dribble god. If that's your playstyle, that's your playstyle, go for it. But the people that complained about lockdowns, it's honestly your fault for making the build the way you did. Those play sharps, how else are you supposed to stop it without speed and defense? There's honestly no other way. So I think the best way that we can go into 2K20, anticipating that most people will be loading up on three-point shot, speed, and ball handling, I think it's safe to say that the only way to combat that is by moving up your lateral quickness, all your defensive stats, and then having, your offensive stats as well. Maybe not as a full 99, but around 75 to 80. If you're good at, timing your shot, you should have no problem hitting threes with at least a 75 overall three-point attribute. So I'm not going to come into this video thinking that I know the world and what you yourself should pick as a build in 2K20, because honestly, if anyone says they know exactly what you should do, they're lying to you. Nobody knows how good you are at the game. Nobody knows your specific playstyle that you excel at. No one knows anything about that. So the fact that people even make videos assuming that they know how you play and what you're good at is just dog shit. Now, I can tell you from my point of view, right, I know what I'll probably be doing in 2K20. I haven't even played the prelude yet, but how different can it be from 2K19, 2K18, 2K17, 2K16? How different can it be? Okay, we don't have archetypes, but we still have to upgrade attributes, and those attributes are still going to do the same thing. Attributes upgrading, it's going to be the same. So like I said, I pretty much know what I'm going to be going into 2K20 looking after, and it's probably going to be a heavy defensive build to stop people who want to replicate that play sharp play style, as well as I'm not really a three-point guy. I like being able to open up the floor, and to open up the floor, basically all you have to do is drive to the paint, pass to the guy wide open. So I'll probably have somebody who can actually shoot threes on my team. So I want a guy who can slash. I'm probably not going to be a big scorer this year. I think I'm going to be focusing mainly on distributing the ball and playing defense. That's probably the build that I'm going to make with a little bit of a three-point touch. Like I said, if I can get my three-pointer up to at least 75, I should have no problem at least shooting 40% from the three-point line, just based on how 2K has been in the past, where three-point shooting is relatively easy. So in conclusion, as far as what the title of this video says, what build should you pick in 2K20, I'm going to tell you right now that nobody has the perfect formula, and you just need to do what fits your strengths. If you know you're good at defense, load up on your defensive stats. Don't think that just because you're good at defense, you'll be able to load up on your offense and just expect to lock down these guys who max out play sharp type abilities. Because you won't. Your player's going to be too slow laterally, and he won't be able to stay in front of anyone, and you're just going to get lost in the dribbles. So if you know that you're good at playing on-ball defense and you can stick on a guy that's dribbling like crazy, thinking that he's the second coming of Kyrie with the conditioning of a cheetah, well then you know that you should be putting up stuff on defense. So that's what I'm going to say. If you know you're good at defense, upgrade your defense, and you'll actually be able to perform on that side of the court. If you're good at dribbling and you're good at shooting, well then you already know what to do because you probably did it in 2K19. But yeah, that's it. Upgrade attributes to wherever your strengths lie, whatever you might be good at, make sure you upgrade those attributes. Because I know a lot of people go into it thinking, I'm good at this, why do I have to upgrade it? I know I'm going to be good at it. No, you won't. If you lack on defensive attributes, it doesn't matter how good you are at actually playing defense. If somebody has 99 speed, they're going to crush you. You won't be able to stay in front of them just because the game is making it hard for you to do so. So just upgrade your strengths, that nobody knows what you're going to be good at. The best case scenario for that is you watch a YouTube video, they tell you to make a play sharp, and you just so happen to be good at that. But 9 times out of 10, it's probably just going to make you an asshole on MYPARK because they're going to try to make you into a dribble god when you're just not fit for it. So if you enjoyed that video, go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, do all that because we hitting 2K20 hard this year. And I will see y'all next time.